Well, welcome back to another fishing adventure. I just got here on the bank spot, just made the hike down here, and first things first, I'm going to get some bait rolling so that can marinate while I'm getting my other gear set up. Surprise, surprise, oats, sweet feed pellets. That's pretty much the base for every pack bait that I make usually. I'm going to go with some cream stalk corn to start with. Cream corn, and I've also got some boiled feed corn that I brought today that I'm going to chum with. I'm going to put some of this in the pack bait. This has been in the fridge for probably a couple months and it doesn't smell bad or anything. It is a little bit slimy, which is good. Slime. A little bit of that in there, and I'm going to put some chili powder in here too. Gives it some color and some spice. Quite a bit. Now, some super speed mixing. Okay, I'll let that sit while I get my rods set up. If you make bait on the bank, you know, it's a good idea to have, at least here's what I do. I carry a little roll of these little thin little wastebasket liners, and just works good for your trash. Keeps it sealed up so the bugs won't be crawling all over it. It won't attract bugs at least, and you can just put it back in your bag and throw it away when you get home, or at the garbage can in the parking lot, or wherever you're at, you know. Don't leave that crap on the bank. So yeah, I showed you I've got some boiled feed corn I'm going to throw out, and also brought a bucket of sweet feed and some toys. I don't know if I'm going to use that thing. Here's my homemade spot. Works good. I always bring both. Here's a store-bought one. Works okay. I always bring this along just in case, because this is going to break any day now. Maybe today's the day. Let's find out. It's just very flimsy, and the mechanism doesn't work very good, and the springs are kind of starting to rust already, even though I do let it dry before I put it away. So we'll see. I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. But it would help if I tied it on first. That's usually good to do that. It'll work a lot better if it's tied to a line. So I'm just going to be baiting up pretty close to the bank here where I'm camped out. And this is going to be a multi-day fishing thing. I've decided I'm going to fish this spot today and tomorrow. And what I've got here is a giant down tree laying in the water way over there, and then just on this side of it towards me is a bunch of overhanging trees hanging over the water. So that's the area I'm going to target, is right in front of that down tree out there, and also just slightly to the left of where those overhanging trees are. There's a bunch of submerged vegetation in the water directly below where the overhanging trees are. And so I'm going to throw out a bunch of bait there kind of near that log, and just off to the side where all that vegetation is. That looks like a hot spot to me. And then I'm also going to spread out the bait a little farther left, kind of farther out towards the open water where it gets a little bit deeper, and just kind of see if I can bring some fish in from both directions to come into this little cove here that's created by that fallen tree and these overhanging trees too. Most of the time I don't throw out bait in addition to my pack bait. Usually only when I'm going to fish for a long period of time, you know, probably 8 hours or more, or more rarely multiple days. I don't do that very often, but I'm doing that for today and tomorrow. I do a lot of fishing multiple days in a row, but just not usually at the same spot. Yeah, to me, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to be throwing out a bunch of bait if I'm only going to be fishing in a spot for, you know, a short period of time. And by short period, I mean, you know, like 2 to 4 hours, something like that. I mean, if you're just checking out a little bit of bait right next to the shore or something, but if you're that doesn't take very long. But if you're doing stuff like this where you're spamming bait out farther away than you can throw it by hand, this takes a while, and you could easily spend a half hour, 45 minutes or more just throwing bait out before you even start fishing. And I don't know, I like to spend most of that time fishing when I'm out fishing, not feeding fish. Yeah, I'm kind of just making an even spread of bait through the shallows near the bank, and then a little farther out into the deeper stuff. It's a steep incline here. The water gets deep real fast, so I'm hoping to get the attention of fish that are both fish that are cruising the shoreline up close, and also any fish that might be hanging out in the deep, cruising along the ledge, the drop off out there. But like I said, it drops off fast out there, so I don't have to cast out very far to get into 12, 14 feet of water. Maybe 20 yards, and it'll be out there in 12 feet of water, so it drops off pretty quick. I've only fished this lake once, and that was in the fall, and I got skunked. But I'm definitely not writing it off or anything. I just decided I'm going to spend 2 full days here, and we've got pretty much identical weather today and tomorrow, so it'd be I think it'd be a good test to see what kind of fish are in this lake. Of course, this is just one spot. I'm also here today because I'm scoping out places where I could take the kayak here in this lake. I've spent about an hour driving around looking at spots before I came to this spot, looking at potential kayak fishing spots, or places where I could put in, and places where I could paddle to. There's quite a few, so probably going to see some kayak carp fishing at this lake sometime this summer. But the wind's supposed to pick up to like 35 this afternoon, so definitely not, don't feel like being in a kayak on a day like that. And as you can see, there's a lot of weed along the bank here, and so landing a fish, that's gonna have an impact, and I'm probably gonna end up having to wade out there if it gets wrapped up in the weeds too bad. Well, I'll just take it as it comes and see what needs to be done. Fortunately, it's a sandy, gravelly bottom here, so probably won't get stuck in the mud if I wade out there, so shouldn't be a problem. Check out the slime corn. Slimy. Slime dripping out. It's just a little fermentation. Tiger nuts do that too if you let them sit for a little while. I don't think it hurts anything, probably helps. Normally this feed corn, boiled feed corn, has very little smell, but this stuff has pretty potent smell, and it's a sweet smell actually. It's not sour. I didn't add anything to it. It's just boiled feed corn. Sweet feed is good. I think the slimy corn is going to be the real dinner bell. It's going to get these fish hanging out in this area. Phew, well, that seemed like it took forever getting that bait put out. I didn't note the time, but it took a while. Today's hook baits are going to be spicy boiled feed corn. That's just feed corn that's soaked in hot sauce. Of course, first it's cooked, then soaked in hot sauce. If you take just the dried feed corn and soak it in hot sauce, I don't know how long, maybe after a while it might plump up. I don't know. I guess never tried it, but this is cooked and then soaked. And that was a while ago. I can almost not remember what's in this. I think it's what was it? Cream corn and chili powder, I believe, and some of that boiled feed corn in there. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. It's supposed to be a scorcher today. High of like 95. I don't know what the heat index is going to be, but it's almost noon and it's really hot. I'm glad I got a little bit of shade here. But here's what I'm fishing with now. 99% rig. There's that pack bait. There's that spicy feed corn. Ooh, looks like I got something on the camera there. Probably from the spot. Yeah, that's probably 6 feet deep right there, just maybe 20 or 30 feet off the bank underneath, directly underneath those overhanging trees. So that's pretty good. That's about as close as I want to get to the bank. I'm gonna have my drag a little bit tighter than normal because I can't let them run real far. They'll get snagged up or even go out and around that tree in the water. And yeah, they can't have free run here. Not that I ever let them have free run anyway. I never felt the bottom there. So either it's so shallow that I didn't even notice it. That was out farther too. That's weird. Huh. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. I didn't feel a bottom hit. There might be a little hump out there. I know there's little humps all over the place in this lake. It's not a natural lake, you know. Maybe there's a 1956 Buick down there and it landed on the roof. It's, I don't know. Yeah, that was, I could feel the bottom there, and it wasn't that deep right there. 5-6 feet again. Okay, I'm fishing. Here comes that little clock thingy ding until something interesting happens. Yeah, I got one of these things this year. Living in luxury now. Well, isn't that nifty, huh? What a fancy pants. It's been like 7 hours and nothing happening, but it is time to make some more bait. Got about probably 3 more hours here. So let's see, I'm gonna go with the old-fashioned oats and sweet feed pellets again. And actually I'm going to dump it into this bag here. There, I'm just gonna reuse that bag that I've been using all day and save this for a different batch for tomorrow. And for this bait, I'm not feeling very creative here tonight. Whole kernel corn. I'm gonna put the whole thing in there, the liquid and all. And just a little something extra, a little bit of vanilla. And mixy. Yeah, nothing happening on the fishing front so far, but we're getting into prime time now. Sun's starting to head down, so hopefully it'll pick up. Well, 10 hours of fishing today, and I didn't have any interactions with fish. But on the bright side, I didn't have any interactions with humans either, so not a bad day. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. I think that's a total of 9 shots that I've heard before. There is a public game management area across the lake, and there's a road and a couple of trails that go through all those woods over there. But there's no hunting seasons open right now. I mean, I know coyote season is continuous, but I've never heard of anybody hunting coyotes during the day. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a marshy area over there in the woods, and I guess the first thing that came to my mind is that somebody is over there shooting at geese or ducks with the intention of having them for dinner without any idea about fishing. without any idea about hunting laws, licenses, tags, seasons, any of that stuff. That's my first thought, is somebody's over there shooting wild game with no clue about the regulations. I don't know. Either that or somebody's over there, you know, doing target practice. I have a bite while I was talking. This is the first bite I've had here after about, I don't know, probably 12 hours of fishing here. Baited up this spot real good yesterday. This feels like a catfish. Head shakes like a catfish. I don't think it's carp. Show yourself. Yeah, it's a big channel cat. Gotcha. Either that, as I was about to say, it's somebody doing target practice, and I'm 99% sure that that is not allowed over there. Yeah, this guy ate a boilie. I was kind of surprised I didn't have any catfish or any fish biting on my lines last night. Well, can you hear me over the gunfire? This is a nice channel cat. Look how dark the color is. I mean, he's really dark. Good channel cat. I'd say this is a, I don't know, 5-pound channel cat. Be an alright eater. Kind of skinny actually, but definitely a male. Dark color like that. Cool. He ate the homemade boilie. Let's put him back in the lake. All right. Don't splash me. I'll let you go. You'll figure it out. There you go. Thank you, sir. See you later. So I rigged up with boilies today because, well, I was concerned that there was a very, very short layer of, you know, mossy, weedy stuff on the bottom. Like maybe only like a 1/2 inch tall or thick or anything, but that maybe my pieces of feed corn were getting buried in that. So I wanted to use some boilies today so that, you know, they'd sit proud of that a little weedy layer a little bit, or maybe even on top of it. Be a little easier to find for the fish. Oh, here comes the officer. Yeah, he's gonna go check it out, he says. It's probably just those Iowa corn cartels fighting with each other, you know, over territory. My field, your field, you know. Okay, so it's been a couple hours here, and I've decided to abandon the spot here back behind me where I baited yesterday. I had hoped that during the night some fish would have you know, discovered this area and you know, been browsing around in here all day today really, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. That catfish that I caught was over to the left a little bit on the very outer edge of where I baited up yesterday. I've had nothing, not even nuisance fish messing with my baits in the area that I baited yesterday. So I think that I'm not sure what's going on over there on the bottom. Probably weed, but I'm gonna be casting out a little farther into some deeper water away from the baited area. We'll see what happens. It's pretty deep, 10-12 feet probably. With the gravelly bottom here, that bullet pack bait should stick out like a sore thumb for any fish that's cruising by. The other thing I'm thinking about is about how the water at this lake, this is an old mining pit, and the water is super clear. And I've had other examples of fishing places with really clear water where the fishing is really difficult. And I can only assume that's just because the fish can see better and just kind of maybe notice that something about what they're looking at isn't right. And I don't think fish know what hooks are or rigs are or anything, but I think the fishing line, when they see a straight line like that, that's very unnatural looking, and that'd be my guess is what spooks them off is the line. But anyway, I'm gonna put it out in some deeper water and hopefully eliminate that issue. I have seen the guys that use the lead core line, so your line lays on the lake bottom, and I think that's a fabulous idea. I really like the concept. I just don't think it would work in most of the wild places where I fish, where there's so many branches and things to get snagged down on the bottom. I just get snagged all the time, I think, if I tried using that stuff. But it probably works pretty good in those commercial fisheries where they clean out all the snags and stuff like that. I'm gonna really let this one go, try to get it out to the tip of that tree in the water there. Oh yeah, went past it for a little bit actually. That's a little deep out there too. 12 feet, I'm guessing. All right, so none of my baits are on the baited area from yesterday. Now, in case you're wondering, shortly after that police officer left, there haven't been any more gunshots since. So I don't know what happened, what was going on with that, but we got action here. This feels like another catfish. No doubt a catfish. Yep. I got you now. Got you now. Well, I suppose maybe I should come back here and specifically target catfish. Might do pretty good. This is a female fish, I think. Got a small head. Good body. Probably 4 pounds would be my guess. This would be a good eater too. Pretty cool greenish colors on the body of this fish. Very, very subtle green. All right, well, breaking up the boredom. Back in the water. Remember to use the fish grips so we don't get bloody knuckles. There you go. Pretty clear water at this lake. See ya. Well, if the catfish are finding the bait, then the carp can't be far off. I'm gonna stay optimistic here. Put this back out in the same spot. Not very far off the bank there, maybe 30 yards. Probably 5-6 feet of water there. That's where both those catfish came from. I think I'm gonna bring in these other 2 lines and just put them a little closer to shore. Okay, how many times you want to see me make bait in this video? At least once more, I guess. Oranges, yams, corn. Let's go with, you know what? Fruit cocktail in heavy syrup. The only reason I picked this is because it's got an easy open lid and I don't feel like fooling with the can opener. And a little bit of vanilla too. I just put vanilla in all the time. And that's it for vanilla. Smash up that fruit a little bit here. Smash it up, get all that juice squeezed out of it. There we go. Let it set up. If it needs more moisture, I'll put a little lake water in there. If it needs more, or if it's too moist, I'll put a little bit more oats in there. But pretty simple. We're back in action. I just casted this out a minute ago. Yeah. Hooked up. Catfish. Splashing the surface out there. I was not expecting catfish in the middle of a hot summer day like this. Look how full that belly is right there. How much you want to bet there's a bunch of feed corn in there? Dark colored fish. I think that might be a thing when you have clear water. They get darker like that. I've noticed that at other places where they have real clear water. Both carp and catfish can get really dark colored like this. Cool looking fish. He's gonna get to live and fight another day. See ya. These are the Fruit Loop boilies that I made earlier this spring. Pretty colorful. They're kind of buoyant too. Recipe for that is, I don't know, video from a couple months ago. Go back and look if you want to see the recipe for that. In my experience, if you like catching a lot of catfish along with the carp, boilies seem to be one of the best ways to do that. Catfish seem to like them. Turtles will eat them too, though. There we go. Fruit cocktail, oats, and homemade Fruit Loop boilie. Yeah. Hooked up again. Another catfish. Splashing on the surface. Doing that tail slap. I wish carp did that. Be a lot bigger tail, doing a lot bigger slap. I'll get the net out for this guy this time. Oh, that's a good sized fish. Another dark male fish. Wow. He looks like he might be a piebald. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, this is a cool fish. Get in here. Oh yeah. Get in here. Oh yeah. Oh, that is an awesome fish. Oh man. This is one of the coolest looking catfish I've ever caught. Look at the spots on this fish. I'll show you both sides. I think they call these piebald. Sometimes they really have white and black spots on them, but this is just black. The tail is almost completely black. Head almost completely black. Show the other side here. Look at that guy. Man. Look how fat the belly is on this fish. He's got a full belly. Wow. Underside's pretty light colored. I think it's pretty awesome how the barbels on the lower lip are completely black too. Even inside the mouth, black spots. Very cool fish. I'm gonna get this guy back in the water. Well, this is a memorable fish. If I ever catch this one again, I'll know it for sure. I definitely gotta, look how fat that belly is on this fish. I definitely gotta get out here and with some proper catfishing gear and target these fish in this lake. There you go. Thank you. Oh, that was awesome. What a cool fish. Ooh. I guess I bent that hook up pretty good getting it out of that catfish. Better change it. Got some live action here. Feels like another catfish. He's getting in the weeds over there and in my other line. Kind of went around my other line here. It's a good fish. I haven't got a glimpse at him yet. Got him. Hello. Yeah, big fish of the day here. Another nice channel cat. It's been a few hours, and I don't know, probably 5-6 pounds or so, but I don't know where the carp are at today. I'm gonna have to explore this lake some more, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Was that weird? Kind of felt weird. Some people walked over here while I was catching that fish, and they were just staring at me while I was talking to the camera, and I don't know, it kind of feels weird talking to the camera with strangers staring at you, but anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.